Hi guys, I've had some requests about my seed collecting technique, so I wanted to show you my workspace. I'm going to show you how I store my seeds, where I hang them as they're drying, and then also just talk to you a little bit about what I do with my seeds. Come along. So inside, I always have a couple of bags that are drying in the house instead of out in the garage. This is feverfew and gaillardia. And then I've also got lupins. So this bag is clipped because lupins, as they dry, they like to pop everywhere and escape. So those are lupin seeds. And I keep these inside because I want to make sure they stay at a constant temperature. And like you guys can see, some of my earrings. So this is my storage space for my earrings, as I'm making those out of resin with the flowers that I grow in the yard. And I've got flowers and seeds drying in here. You can see the hooks that I've got on here for some of the flowers to dry. And I've got a video of this workspace. So I'll share that video in the description of the process of doing this workspace. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of where I work when I'm pouring my earrings and where I'm saving my flowers and seeds. And it's all over the place. I've got workspaces throughout the house, and I'm trying to condense it so I can have one place to be working in the house and one in the garage. And this is where I press my seeds. I've always got press my flowers. This is where I always have flowers being pressed, and then they come into here in the drawer. So I've got them all nice and organized by color and size and shape. This piece Kelly and I painted together. We had a lot of fun making this. So she painted the bottom cabinets with her cute little flowers, and then I painted the top, and then here I've got scissors and my cute little seed baggies for collecting my seeds once they're all the way dry and putting my labels on. And this is the spoon that I use to scoop out the seeds, and just different pens and marking materials. And up here is where I have all of my seeds, and I'm going to take those out so you guys can see those. But I've got everything all organized. So it's got the seed inside with the labels, and then they're all set up. And I just recently made this. So this has all of the seeds that I'm selling, and people can look at the pictures and pick what they want so they know what the flowers look like. I have one hanging on my fence, and then I've got this one in the garage so people can look through it. And more seeds as they're drying. So asters are really delicate, so I like to have them in a bucket and touch them as little as possible after I've collected them. So they hang out in here before I put them in my little baggies. This pincushion Mars Midget is drying. So I have seeds in lots of different stages. Yarrow, soapwort. And then soapwort actually is the flower I have the most of. So I will bag up like huge $5 bags to be able to sell those too. This whole bin is full of soapwort, and this bucket. And then I have 2 more bins this size full of soapwort because I deadhead those 3 times. They bloom 3 times throughout the season. And then over here on my drying rack, I've got seeds that are drying before I can put them inside the bags. And then down here, these are all seeds that I'm going to be planting in the fall. I've got marigolds and oriental poppies. They're all bagged ready to go when I'm ready to plant those around the yard. I can also show you inside the hutch what I've got down here. So the seeds are in plastic containers. These are dried, all ready to go, just ready to be bagged. So I have all of my seeds underneath here where it's nice and dark and they can hang out. And then I also have, so these are seeds I'm going to be planting in my yard. I just have them set aside. And then vegetable seeds, and this is more marigolds. So I've just got seeds all over the place, but underneath I have them in the containers ready to be bagged up to sell. And this is more bags of seeds on the back side. So you can see I have the name on the top and on the bottom. These are just hanging, drying out, getting ready to go into the bags. And then what's really cool about this piece is it's open on both sides. So I can actually work from both sides of my garage. So I've got vases and jars for when I make bouquets. And then you can see the backside of all my seeds and more vases and jars. And these are all hollyhocks that are also drying out. I have them labeled where they are in the yard and the color. So I can keep track of which hollyhocks I have because I have so many colors. These are all of my seeds. So I've got 21 different varieties. And this one's upside down. 21 different varieties. And if you count my hollyhocks, I think I have 10 more. So 10 different colors. So 32. And inside each of my containers, so I have a bag full of the little labels that go on top. And then the name on the top. So it's easier for me to find what I need. And the seeds all bagged up. And I just collect, so these are Parmesan cheese containers, and this is rice. So I keep containers, and then I have them on hand when I need to add more flowers, but they're nice, clear containers, so it's easy to see what's inside, and the lids come off super easily. So keep those food containers so you can have them for seeds. I've just got, so all the labels, they're just all organized so I can see exactly what I've got inside. And that's after they've been picked and dried, because they have to be completely dry before they go in here so they don't mold. So I store them in the brown paper bags. Oh, I can show you that. I just hung these up, and I've got them here so I can see. So inside are Rocky Mountain bee plants. So I have the name on the bottom so I can see what it is, and then I just hang them up. So those are drying, getting ready to be bagged up. That is my seed process. I hope you liked it. So the first thing is I cut them and set them in these bags to dry, and then just hang them up and let them dry out, and then they go into the containers down here so they can continue the drying process. And then I bag them up and put them inside the containers so I know exactly where they're at. And I'm trying to stay nice and organized so I know exactly where everything is, because now I have lots of different varieties. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section. I'll put a couple of other videos in the description that I talked about in this video. But if you have anything that you want to share with me or questions you'd like to ask, please let me know. I would love to answer your questions. And I hope you've enjoyed this tour of my workspace for collecting seeds and seeing what I do with my flowers. Happy gardening!